Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to learn measurement of fiber maturity. We'll be learning three different methods for measurement of fiber maturity. Under microscopic method, we'll be learning caustic soda method and polarized light method. There is one more indirect method for assessing maturity of the fiber, that is differential dyeing method. So let us start with the microscopic methods, wherein we are going to discuss caustic soda method and polarized light method. Let us start with the first method, that is caustic soda method with the help of microscope. To measure fiber maturity with this method, we have to first prepare sample. We need to distribute the fibers based on its length. After you prepare fiber distribution diagram, we have to select the sample from different zones. I have shown here by different colors. The very first step here is to take a glass slide. You have to clean this glass slide and place straight and parallel fibers on this glass slide. Place a cover slip over the fibers, and now if you observe these fibers under the microscope, you will be getting convoluted structure for all the fibers, and therefore if you just observe the fibers through the microscope, it is not at all possible to distinguish between the mature fibers and immature fibers. Hence, in this case, we are going to take help of caustic soda to distinguish the fibers based on the maturity. To assess maturity of cotton fibers, we have to take help of caustic soda, and the strength of caustic soda is 18%. We have to take 18% NaOH and we have to treat the fibers with this 18% NaOH. Now basically when you treat the cotton fibers with 18% NaOH, then fiber gets deconvoluted. It swells. As far as swelling and deconvolution of the fibers is concerned, it is mainly governed by the cellulose inside the fibers. And since cellulose content is more in case of mature fibers, we get more swelling and more deconvolution for the mature fibers. As far as immature fibers are concerned, since there is very less cellulose or almost no cellulose, the deconvolution and the swelling will be almost negligible in case of immature fibers. So to start with the test, we have to take a glass slide, clean glass slide. We have to place the fibers on this glass slide, and before you observe the fibers under microscope, just put a drop of NaOH, 18% NaOH on the fibers. Cover the fibers with cover slip and observe the fibers under the microscope. You will get few fibers which are having convoluted structure. Few fibers will have rod-like structures. Now if you just observe the difference between these two, here there are no convolutions, while here this fiber is convoluted. Now as has been discussed, with this fiber there is removal of almost all the convolutions. It has converted into a rod-like structure. Thus we can conclude that it contains higher cellulose. Because of higher cellulose, the swelling of the fiber is higher for this, also the deconvolution will be more. This fiber can be identified as mature fiber. While Here in this fiber, since there is no deconvolution, no swelling of the fiber, this can be identified as immature fibers. Few fibers are there in between these two, which contain the cellulose in between the mature and immature fibers. And thus, you could get few fibers something like this, wherein very few convolutions will be there and you can observe a line in between the fibers. So such fibers you can identify as half mature fibers. Let me repeat again. As far as caustic soda method is concerned, here we use 18% NaOH solution. First of all, you have to select the sample. The sample has to be distributed based on their length. You have to prepare end aligned distribution of the fiber, and you need to collect tufts from various zones of the fiber distribution diagram. In next step, you have to take a clean glass slide, put tuft of the fibers on the glass slide and treat the fibers with the help of 18% NaOH. Then you keep a cover slip over the fibers and observe the fibers through the microscope with suitable magnification. When you observe the fibers after treatment with 18% NaOH, you will get three different types of fibers. Few fibers will be convoluted, few will be rod-like, while few will be in between these two. The fibers which are rod-like can be identified as mature fibers, since the swelling and deconvolution is on higher side for these fibers, mainly because of more cellulose inside the fibers. Exactly reverse, in case of immature fiber, because of less cellulose content, there is less swelling, less deconvolution, and therefore these fiber, they will remain almost as it is, convoluted. While the fibers having cellulose in between these two fibers, there will be some deconvolution and some swelling because of intermediate level of cellulose, and thus these fiber could be identified as half mature fibers. This video shows change in structure of cotton fibers when we treat them with 18% NaOH solution. As has been explained, we have to place straight and parallel fibers on a glass slide. Before you treat these fibers with 18% NaOH, if you observe the structure of the fibers, all the fibers, they show convoluted structure. Now, if you just put a drop of 18% NaOH on the glass slide, there will be change in structure of the fibers. As you can see, when NaOH reacts with cellulose of cotton fiber, fiber starts swelling. It starts deconvoluting. Swelling and deconvolution will be maximum for mature fibers where the cellulose content is on higher side, while the immature fibers, those remain unchanged since there is almost negligible cellulose. So here in this slide, this fiber which has convoluted structure can be identified as immature fiber, while The fiber which has rod-like structure can be identified as mature fiber, while the fiber which has structure in between the mature and immature fibers with few convolutions and a line you can see in between can be categorized as half mature fibers. You have to move the slide from one end to other to cover all the fibers, and then you need to categorize the fibers. You can go on giving tally marks based on the type of fibers recorded. Then you can calculate total number of fibers in each of the case. Total number of mature fiber, half mature fiber and immature fiber. Then after you calculate percentage number of fibers. Here I have given one example. Suppose there are 49 mature fibers, 24 half mature fibers and 27 immature fibers. Since this indicate percentage, the total will be 100. Using these figures, you can express the result in terms of maturity ratio and maturity coefficient. Maturity ratio is given by normal fibers minus dead fiber divided by 200 plus 0.7. So 49 is the normal fiber, 27 is immature or dead fibers divided by 200 plus 0.7 will get 0.81. Maturity coefficient takes care of all the types of fibers. Mature fiber, which is 49 here, plus 0.6 half mature, that is 24, plus 0.4 of immature fibers, that is 27. Whole divided by 100 gives you maturity coefficient. This is how, with the help of caustic soda method, we can assess maturity of cotton fiber in terms of maturity ratio or maturity coefficient. The second method used to assess maturity of cotton fiber is polarized light method. As has been shown in this diagram, if you just look at unpolarized light, here in this case the electrical field oscillates in all direction, right? Now when optical light, unpolarized light passes through a polarizer, it gets filtered and it starts vibrating only in one direction, and such light is called as polarized light. Now when such plain polarized light passes through a birefrigerant material or anisotropic material, it gets divided into two rays. Here it is one shown by blue color and one by red color, and technically those are called as extraordinary ray and ordinary ray. And when we observe the objective through the eyepiece, we could observe interference of extraordinary and ordinary rays. Let me repeat again. This is a light from the light source. When it passes through polarizer, it gets converted into plain polarized light. When this plain polarized light passes through birefrigerant specimen or anisotropic material, it gets splitted into two rays, ordinary and extraordinary ray. When we observe the objective through eyepiece, we could observe interference of these two rays. As far as cotton fiber is concerned, since we have different types of fibers as mature, immature, half mature fiber, and they differ in terms of mainly cellulose content, in terms of wall thickness, and because of difference in wall thickness, the division into ordinary and extraordinary ray will be different for different types of fibers. And thus when we observe cotton sample based on maturity level, we could get different color for different fibers because of difference in split of ordinary and extraordinary ray. Hence, when we observe cotton fibers with the help of polarized microscope, we could get different colors for fibers. Mature fibers will be yellow or yellow-green. Partially mature or half-mature fiber will be blue-green or blue-yellow, while immature fibers will be bluish-purple or indigo in color. When you turn the stage through 90 degree, there won't be any change in color of mature fibers. Partially mature fibers will be yellowish white, while immature fibers will be orange or orange yellow in color. This is how you can observe the fiber through the microscope with the help of polarized light. The indigo color fibers could be identified as immature fibers. Yellow fibers could be identified as mature fibers, while the bluish green fibers are identified as half mature fibers. After you identify the fibers, those are again categorized as mature fiber, partially mature and immature fibers, and you can calculate total as well as percentage mature fibers. You can express result in terms of required measures such as maturity ratio, maturity coefficient, immaturity, etc. The third method for measurement of maturity is differential dyeing method. This is an indirect method to assess maturity of cotton fiber. In this method, first of all, we need to select a sample. 3 gram representative sample is required to be collected from various zones, and the sample is inserted in a dye bath containing 2 different dyes. First is diphenyl fast red and chloratin fast green. These 2 dyes, they differ in terms of diffusion rate and washing out rate. The red color dye will have high diffusion and high washing out rate, while the green color will have low diffusion rate and low washing out rate. Because of these 2 properties of the dyes, the behavior of these 2 dyes will be different towards mature and immature fibers. Since mature fibers, they have enough cell wall, red color can go and diffuse inside the mature fibers. Because of higher specific surface, the green color dye, which has less diffusion rate, will go and deposit on immature fibers. Initially, you have to put the sample of 3 gram inside the dye bath. After 50 minutes, you can add 4% of NaCl in the solution. Again, after 15 minutes, you can add 4% of NaCl in the bath. Keep the sample inside the dye bath for 45 minutes. Then after, it has to be rinsed 3 times in distilled water. After draining off, the sample is immersed and continuously stirred for 30 seconds in a beaker of boiling distilled water, after which it is centrifuged. Then the sample is rinsed in cold water. Then after, it is dried and ground to a powder. This ground powder is then pressed to form a pad. And these pads of the sample or the powdered sample is then compared with the ASTM standard pads. If the pads are towards red color, you can categorize them as mature sample. If those are towards green, then you can categorize the sample as immature. We can use these ASTM standard pads and then you can grade the samples accordingly. So this is all about differential dyeing method and measurement of maturity of cotton fiber. Thank you.